There was a matter that arose during the first session, which we had this morning. The matter that was raised by our colleague from Nigeria, Senator Natasha, and because all of us heard what she said, and it only serves us better if I put a word in what she has said. So I would like to say we have heard her concerns, and having heard her, it would have been an opportunity for all of us to understand more about what she has said. But because we listened only on her side, as an institution, as IPU, we will be taking the concerns that have been raised, not only taking her side, but also giving a chance to listen to the other side, as it is a custom for IPU. And after having listened to the other side, we will take steps as necessary. So I thought it was necessary for us to say a word about it and then be able to take it further.
Hello, my wonderful people. It's your guy, Brother Mekuz of Mekuz TV. Now, this video you just watched is a response from IPU President. IPU simply means Inter-Parliamentary Union. Now, this is Tulia Ackson, the IPU President. She has acknowledged the report from Senator Natasha. Senator Natasha Akpothi is a senator in Nigeria. She's a senator covering Kogi Central. Over the past few days, we heard that she was suspended from the Senate. According to her, she was suspended because she wrote a petition against Senate President for harassing her sexually. Now, the IPU President have assured her that they have acknowledged her reports, that they are going to look into the matter, but they will need to hear from the second party, which is the accused person. Okay, that they need to hear from the second person before they can now proceed with the proper judgment. And then the second video you are about to watch is a video of a Senate leader here in Nigeria. They have responded. Now, number one response from that video is that Akpabio has denied the allegation, and then number two, they have given the real reason why Senator Natasha was suspended. You know, according to Senator Natasha, she said she was suspended because she wrote a petition against Senator Godswill Akpabio, which is the Senate President. But here, the Senate leader have come to counter her that she is not saying the truth. They have stated the real reason why she was suspended, and according to them, they said it was as a result of a gross misconduct, meaning she have broken multiple rules of the Senate. I want you to calm down and watch the video and listen one by one the rules that she has broken, and let me know your opinion in the comment section after watching this video. If you are ready, just watch the video.
I have been mandated by the Nigerian National Assembly to present a response to Senator Natasha Akpothi speech delivered yesterday in the 69th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. In response to the call by the President of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, IPU Right Honorable Tulia Ackson, to hear both sides of the matter, I have received a letter from the Nigerian Senate in my capacity as the chairman of the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development of our Parliament in Nigeria, and the parliamentarian representing Nigeria at this conference. But before I present the position paper of the Senate, I would like to reaffirm that Nigeria's unwavering commitment to the principles of justice cannot be overemphasized, to due process and to the protection of and fundamental human rights. As a nation, we recognize the gravity of sexual harassment and acknowledge the necessity of addressing such allegations with all sense of responsibility. Such allegations demand a thorough, impartial, and transparent investigation. At the same time, we must ensure that fairness is upheld for all individuals involved, and that justice is neither predetermined nor one-sided. Nigeria remains firmly committed to upholding women's rights and combating gender-based violence through strong legal frameworks and institutions. Our parliament and judiciary continue to undergo reforms to strengthen these efforts. The ongoing legislative initiatives seek to address historical imbalances in women's representation in our parliament, including the Reserved Seats Bill and other crucial proposed constitutional amendments aimed at safeguarding the rights and privileges of women. These efforts underscore our commitment to fostering a more inclusive and equitable political space. Throughout my career, I have consistently advocated for human and particularly women's rights. I firmly believe that every individual, regardless of their gender, status, or affiliation, is entitled to justice and fairness. The allegations against the Nigerian Senate and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio raised during the IPU conference yesterday have garnered significant attention both within Nigeria and internationally. Senator Natasha has expressed concerns regarding what she perceives as unfair treatment following the presentation of these serious claims. However, it is equally important to acknowledge that the Senate President, in his official capacity, has strongly denied these allegations. In the spirit of transparency and fairness, I now wish to read this letter from the Senate in its entirety. And it is crucial that all perspectives are heard and that all aspects of the situation are duly considered. After the presentation of the position paper of the Nigerian Senate, it is important to recognize that both the allegations made and the responses provided are serious matters that require careful and unbiased scrutiny. This issue, which remains sub judice, involves multiple elements, including allegations of sexual harassment and potential violations of Senate rules. While it is necessary to engage in introspection and understand any potential connections, these matters must also be considered separately. It is imperative that we uphold the principles of fairness and ensure that no individual is prematurely judged without a transparent and impartial process. Therefore, I call for the following actions: a thorough and unbiased investigation ensuring that all claims and defenses are examined fairly and transparently, protection of all parties involved, safeguarding the rights of all individuals, and preventing any form of intimidation or retaliation. 3. Accountability and transparency, upholding institutional integrity by ensuring that due process is rigorously followed. As representative of the people, it is our duty to ensure that a fair and transparent resolution is achieved. Most importantly, ensuring that we uphold justice, fairness, and posterity to judge us right. Thank you. I will now go straight to the position paper of the Senate. And the next voice you'll be hearing from here will be the voice of the Senate leader, the leader of the Senate, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, CON, the leader of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator Natasha Akpothi was suspended for gross misconduct and unruly behavior, and not as a result of allegation of sexual harassment or assault. The authority of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria firmly rebukes the deliberate misinformation and false narratives being circulated by certain media organizations regarding the six-month suspension of Senator Natasha Akpothi. Let it be unequivocally stated that Senator Udwaha was suspended solely for a persistent act of misconduct blatant disregard for the provisions of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended, and gross indiscipline, nothing more, nothing less. This is still the voice of the leader of the Senate. It has come to the attention of the Senate that some media reports are attempting to falsely suggest that Senator Oduaha's suspension was due to allegations of sexual harassment. This is completely untrue, misleading, and a calculated attempt to distort the facts. If Senator Oduaha had strictly followed our guiding principles, the Senate would have treated her petition based on merit in line with its practice, but she never obeyed the established practices of the institution where she was serving. The facts of the suspension. This is still the voice of the Senate leader. Senator Oduaha's suspension was a decision of the committee of the whole Senate, following the submission of a report by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges. The report found her guilty of violating sections 6.1 and 6.2 of the Senate rules and recommended her immediate suspension. The disciplinary action was a response to her repeated violations of legislative decorum, including 1, refusing to sit in her assigned seat during plenary on the 25th February 2025, despite multiple pleas from the leadership and other ranking senators, an act of open defiance and disorderly conduct. 2, speaking without being recognized by the presiding officer in clear violation of parliamentary practices and procedures on the 25th February 2025. 3, engaging in unruly and disruptive behavior, obstructing the orderly conduct of Senate proceedings. 4, making abusive and disrespectful remarks against the leadership of the Senate. 5, defying and refusing to comply with the summons of the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges mandated to investigate cases of misconduct. These actions represented a direct challenge to the authority of the Senate and a violation of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended, that govern the business of the Senate and the conduct of its members. The disciplinary measure was therefore necessary and justified to restore order and uphold the integrity of the Senate of the country's foremost democratic institution. This is still the voice of the leader of the Senate. On the petition and allegations, contrary to the false claims being circulated, Senator Oduaha was not suspended for making any sexual harassment or for submitting a petition. Her petition was rightfully discountenanced because it failed to meet the clear and established procedural requirements for submitting petitions to the Senate. The rules of the Senate apply to all members without exception, and no petition, regardless of its subject, can be considered if it does not follow due process. To suggest that a suspension was linked to a petition is not only a distortion of facts, but an intentional and malicious attempt to mislead the public. This is still the voice of the leader of the Senate. Condemnation of misleading media reports. The Senate strongly condemns the irresponsible and unethical reporting by some media organizations that have deliberately twisted the facts to suit a false narrative. This coordinated misinformation campaign is nothing more than an attempt to politicize a disciplinary action that was strictly based on clear violations of Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended. It is reckless, misleading, and a disservice to the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the whole world who deserve truthful and factual reporting. We therefore urge all foreign correspondents and responsible media houses to correct these misrepresentations and avoid propagating falsehoods that undermine the integrity of Nigeria's legislative process. This is still the voice of the leader of the Senate. Conclusion. The Senate remains committed to upholding discipline, order, and parliamentary ethics. No senator, I repeat, no senator, regardless of status, gender, or political affiliation, is above the rules of the Senate. Senator Oduaha's suspension was a direct consequence of her actions and nothing else. We urge the public and the media to disregard any false reports suggesting otherwise, and to always seek the truth before spreading politically motivated narratives. Signed, Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi, CON, Leader of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, colleagues, for listening. I think at this point, I don't know, members of the press will have anything, questions to ask before we call it a day. I see no request for the floor. So thank you for your rapt attention, and here ends the briefing by the House Committee Chair on Women and Social Development, Honorable Kafi.
Dear friend, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this wonderful video, I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss my subsequent videos. One more thing, go to the comment section, let me know your feel about this video, and finally share this video with whoever you think might find it interesting. Once again, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.